Hello, it's Janice of Shabalot. Welcome to Shabalot. I'm Janice, the owner and artist of Welcome to Shabalot. And tonight I am working on my mermaid treasure chest that I started working on it with Denise O'Hare of Chick Glitz and Glam. And I have been not able to connect with her, not through any fault of hers. It's all my fault. I've not been able to connect with her to do another live together. And but I am working on it, and I wanted to work on it with you guys tonight. And so I'll show you what we have so far. This is what I have so far on the front of the chest. And my glasses. I'm going to read comments. Randy's on. Hi, Randy. Good to go. Great. Thank you. He was just checking. So this is the front. I have my Queen Mermaid here. She has a crown. And I have another little mermaid on a rock. I wanted them on the rocks. So that's so far the front. Now I'm working on the top. So I'm going to bring my tripod closer. Hopefully it won't freeze on me, because that's what was happening last week. Hi, Denise. Whoops. Okay. Hi, Denise. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've not been able to connect to do it with you, so I figured spur of the moment, I'm going to go on. Hi, Christine Baldwin Wright. Hi, so glad that you're here working on the mermaid treasure chest. And this is the top. I will be at some point painting a surprise critter inside here, but not tonight. Maybe I'll do that with Denise. But this top needs some work. So you can see, let's see if I can show you. I've got the ship. I've got the mermaid on the rocks. I've got two other mermaids. She needs some help here. This little lady needs some help here. And the whole ocean. So I have all my paints. I have tons of brushes to play with tonight. I am using mostly the little artist brushes tonight. And of course, I am using my trusty spatula because that's how I make my rocks. Yay, fun. So Christine is on, and Christine is my next person that I will be doing a duo live with. So first thing I want to do is we're going to be doing that. Oh, Christine, I have to change the date again because I said Tuesday, and I go live on the DIY paint page on Tuesdays. So I have to change it to possibly Thursday, but I'll send you an email. Denise is getting ready to work for an hour. Are you working on your octopus, unbelievably beautiful octopus tall boy? All right, so the way I do this, now I know I put my paint in the FIFO bottles, and I do this to keep myself organized. But I know that it's nice to dip into the sampler size jars. So normally you would dip your little paintbrush or your spatula or your oh shoot, I can't think what they call it in here, but you can't do that because I'm in my FIFO bottle. So what I do is I shake it up and I take off this lid right here and I use the paint that comes on the lid. And then what's really cool is when I'm done with it, it holds my paintbrush. So right now I'm just using my little spatula because I'm going to be using the rocks. What I need to do is, can you see okay? See this lady right here, I wanted to make it look like she's behind a rock. So I'm going to put my spatula in here. Just need a little bit of paint. And I do these rocks all the time, so I hope it's not like incredibly boring for you. And just make another set of rocks. for this beautiful mermaid to sit on. So I just take the spatula and I just go down. So now she's got some rocks to sit on. It looks like she's behind the rocks. And then I take my sand, oops, not that one. Then I take my sandy blonde and I just put a little bit of sandy blonde on top of the rocks. No, my work for my regular work. I might go live after. Ooh, good for you. So Denise, you that was too much paint. You work at late, you work at nighttime. So for the rocks, for the top with the sandy blonde, I just kind of do like this little thing on the top. Just to give them some more depth like these. Give them some highlights. Probably not depth, probably more of a highlight. And so that's how I do my rock. So now it looks like she is sitting on some rocks. And that'll dry later. So it should match this one. So that's fits. That's something I needed to do. Now this, I'm going to bring you closer to this because I want you to see, I don't know if you can see this right here. Can you see this mermaid where I took her tail and I wrapped it around the lid of the lid over here. Let me get this light so you can see better. So, and you see how I did it? Now I made it, her body up here is really tiny, but I made this way too fat. So what I'm going to do is I'm done with the rocks. So I'm putting away the paint. I'm putting these two colors away. And I'm going to break out my color. So this is, I'm going to break out my boho blue. I'm going to get a brush like this size. Can you guys see okay? Thank you, Christine. So I'm going to take my boho blue and I'm just going to, now this is what I said about the paintbrush. When you put this back on, you can see it'll hold your brush. Whoops, when it's on the table, it'll hold your brush. And I've been drawing with chalk, so this is just to give me an idea of how I want her, because I made her way too wide. So the chalk is good to draw with the chalk because it comes right off with your finger. I'm just going to do something like that. And then, so this is just the stages of, I'm spending days and days on this. Like I'll spend a couple hours here and a couple hours there. And, but today I wanted to get some of this, I want to get this portion done. Part of that was making some corrections. Now all the mermaid's tails I am doing in the mermaid tail color, DIY's mermaid tail. I was doing other colors, guys, but I went back to the mermaid tail. So I'm just outlining her a little bit, make her a little bit thinner, a little bit narrower. And then I'll be putting some designs in her. So I don't think so I'm going to wipe that off because I don't think I need that. All right, so now we're going to let that dry. And I'm just going to let that go because I have to paint this whole thing. So I just wanted to get this to the way that I think that it's going to look okay. So there's nothing else that I have to do. So, Christine, I need to go finish prepping a piece for tomorrow. Please post a photo when you get it all done. I will. Thank you, Christine. Thanks for popping by, and I'll send you a message soon about next week. Okay, so now, we're going to use, what I need to do now, this down a little bit, is I had a little bit of a thought today, and what that is it's definitely an ever-evolving piece. But my thought is that the horizon. I want to paint the horizon tonight. So the way I'm going to paint the horizon is I'm going to stick with my boho blue, and I'm going to, where the ship is going to be on the horizon. So I'm going to make a straight horizon. I want to let you guys know too, while I'm thinking of it, because I forget a lot of things sometimes. I received some mail today. And guess what I got in the mail today? I got 3 more IOD Mermaid molds because I sold out of those. So I just ordered 2 more. But I got the new IOD transfers. So this one is the Woodland Christmas. And it has these 12 designs. Now, the IOD is now putting their transfers no longer in the tube. If you're familiar with the tube, like this, they were a little kind of a pain in the drain, I thought. And I'm new at using them. And I was like, the first time I used them, I was just happy that they did this. It's almost like they read my mind. So it's a pad of, it's 12 by 16, and I believe there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 single pages of transfers on here. So this one is the Woodland Christmas, the one that like in the farm with the moose and the acorns and all the greenery, and it comes with the little brayer thingy that hasn't changed, which is good because it's a good one. And the other is the Painterly Florals. Look at those sunflowers. So it comes with 6 of them. No, 8. I'm sorry, 8. So we've got the Painterly, the roses, the sunflowers, some little flowers. So I have these on my website now. I finally got them in. I'm so excited. I only have 5 each because IOD was IOD had set some limits on how many you could purchase on the first day, and so I got the minimum and the max, the only amount I could order. So here we go with the horizon in boho blue. So the ship is on the horizon. I'm going to paint some of this boho blue in. You hear that squeaking? It's Randy and the dog playing with dog toys. I have my continuous spray mist bottle because I'll be blending this boho blue. So I want it the darkest at the top, like the horizon. And then it's going to get lighter. And then I'm going to put in some, I'm going to use my spatula again, and I'll be putting in some white caps. I'm just going to get this horizon on here. I hope everybody is doing good out there. I hope everyone's staying safe. Nobody's got the dreaded COVID, I hope, right now. This is Mermaid Tail. I don't want that. I want, where did my sea glass go? Oh, so I've got some sea glass. This one I haven't put in my FIFO bottles yet. Get another brush. And I'm just going to blend a little bit of sea glass with this boho blue. Let's see what I come up with. It should be a little bit of a lighter boho blue. So I'm going to spray it. Do you guys like to blend? I love to blend. Definitely one of my favorite things to do. This is my little dipper or my little sampler brush. And I'm going to try to get a lighter boho blue. Try to blend it in with the sea glass. That's nice. You see that? It has almost like a, wow, has almost like a little bit of a greenish hue. It's funny, I've been noticing a lot of similar themes lately, but people are painting a lot of these mermaid and shipwreck themes. I think it's because people don't want the summer to end. Mary Ellen. It's looking beautiful. Thank you, Denise. Hi, Mary Ellen. My cousin Mary Ellen is on. Thank you for coming on, Mary Ellen. This is my mermaid sea chest that I'm painting. This was my son's. I have two sons, and this was their toy box 20 years ago. And it's a really heavy, solid wooden toy box. Oh, Paolo, that was just me. And it was just not being used anymore, so I thought I'd paint it. And I'm really glad I did because I'm painting in a whole new style that Denise is helping me with. And I've fallen in love with painting mermaids. And I'm okay with that. So I'm just making the ocean. So I hope you can see. I hope you can see that. I'm just I had to make the ocean a little darker. So I'm just blending in sea glass with boho blue. Keeping it really dark at the top, at the horizon level, because that's the deepest part of the water. I take my time when I blend, especially this is a small space, so I can't really go too quickly, but I enjoy blending so much that I like to take my time. There we go. So I've got a nice, beautiful ocean blend here. I'm really happy. I don't know what this is. This is just a piece of, I'll take care of that later. That's a piece of apothecary that. Okay. I'm going to take care that I don't cover up my mermaids. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit more of the sea glass, and I'm just going to I'm just going to put just a very, very little bit of sea glass down here. So this beach is the beach, and it's sandy blonde. And I'm just going to dry brush basically a little bit of this sea glass onto the beach, bring it down. Okay. All right, just for a little bit more color there. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is make some white caps. Okay, that's good. I got a little bit of sea glass in her hair, so I'm gonna wipe that off. You could always, her hair is uh, um, layered chocolate, so I could always, if I get some blue on her. Hi, Valerie. Thank you so much. Janice, I was a mermaid before I was me. You were? You are so funny. I was a mermaid too. Maybe it runs in the family. Okay, so she was a mermaid. She's so funny. All right, so I'm going to get my little towel here, and I'm going to. My towels are Randy's t-shirts. I steal them from here. Denise, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it. You have introduced me. Whoops, my doggy's here. You have introduced me to a whole new underground world, and I am loving it. I am going to take some of this, which is, what's this? Tarnished pearl. And I'm going to use tarnished pearl for I'm going to do some little end cappy things. But you know what I want to do, guys, before I do that? I want to dry those blues because I want to make sure that the end caps don't blend with the colors. Mary Ellen Nyberg, definitely. So my sister Debbie, you think? Autumn Peel. Hi, Autumn. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. And thank you for saying it's beautiful. I'm really having fun. Really, really enjoying this. I don't know. I think it's a fun project, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or if I'm going to wait for grandchildren. That might be a while. Great day. It was a beautiful day. It's very crisp. Autumn, where are you located? Are you? On the East Coast, I'm in Rhode Island. On the East Coast, it was a little chilly, but then it got the sun came out and it was like a beautiful fall day. So you can see how much lighter this DIY paint when it dries. It gets much lighter. And I actually think I liked it better dark. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put another layer before my white caps to make it a little darker. See the difference between the dry, this is dry, and that's still wet. Although it looks good. I don't know. Let's just do the white caps. I can always paint over them. I want to show you how I do that, the white caps. This right here is a heat gun. And did you notice, I'm not sure, but when I have used this heat gun on my lives, it's not very loud for you guys. I hope that didn't change tonight. I hope it still wasn't too loud. But that one's an Ace, probably from Ace Hardware. Oh, south of Seattle, Washington. You're far away, Autumn. That's what I love about this community. It doesn't matter how far away we are, right? So, all right, now I'm going to take this is my little guy here. I use him all the time. You'll see him in all my videos. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So he's like using a palette knife, but I found him in my kitchen before I owned any palette knives. So I really get used to this guy. Now, for the white caps, I'm not going to make them completely random. I want to go a little straight as if some water, like waves. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start from up here. And I'm just going to tap like that. Oh, did you see that? I'm just going to tap. And I'm going to drag a little. Just hoping that it looks a little bit like white caps. Okay, like that. So I really am feeling that I need more boho blue. So I'm going to do that. I am going to add some more boho blue because I want this dark color to come down a little further. So I'm going to add a little bit of boho blue, make this boho blue come down further. Because what happens when you blend, it reduces this amount of boho blue that I have. So you always want to go down a little bit more than you want the end result to be. I had to step out. I have a daycare, and my last child just got picked up. Okay. Oh, you have a daycare. That's nice. Business owner, another business owner. Things are a little different nowadays, though, with daycare, I assume, because of the crisis that we have going on. Okay, so we're bringing this boho blue down a little further. I really like the contrast of the tarnished pearl white caps with the boho blue. So now we're going to take the sea glass and bring some sea glass in, and then we will blend these two together. Bring this color down much further. I'm using the top of my can. I haven't put sea glass yet in one of my FIFO bottles. I will. Okay. So here we go. I have to bring this down a little bit more. Okay. I mistakenly went too far to the edge over there, but I can always fix that because I want the sand to go up like this. I stopped here because I want the sand to go like that. So this one, I kind of went a little too far, but that's right. I can fix that. Now we're going to blend I hope this blend comes out as good as the last one because I just got rid of it. We're going to blend our boho blue with the sea glass. I'm going to wet my brush too. Need a continuous spray mist bottle. These things are essential when working with DIY paint because the DIY paint is clay based and it's very porous. It dries up, so it needs the water to keep it active, to keep the paint moving and to keep it active. And then when you're done painting and you want it and it's okay to dry, it's going to dry to a very sturdy finish. We will be putting a top coat also on this. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for a top coat. I do not want to do wax. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Now when blending, I like to wipe off my brush periodically, just so it doesn't get muddy. So Nancy Evans, oh, thank you so much. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Peter. Hey, yay. Yes, thanks, Pete. Yeah, making this was my boy's toy chest years and years ago. So I'm making just a mermaid themed painting. I think of my little kid is coming out in me. My little girl imagination is definitely coming out in me doing this. So it's a nice break from doing adult themed, like flowers and whatever I've been doing. It's nice to switch it up a little bit and have something that piques my imagination. And yeah, I'm surprised I still have an imagination. Wow, I feel like a little kid just saying, oh, the little stories that that will conjure up. I want pictures that will conjure up a child's imagination and maybe fantasize about a different, a magical world of mermaids and pirates. And I'm not going to make a pirate, but I am going to make an octopus, a really large octopus on the inside cover of this toy chest. I have to be really careful around this mermaid's head. But I can always go back. I'm going to go back with my little brush and work that in later. Right now, I'm just going to focus on these larger areas and blend these colors in. So this ended up just being the two colors, the boho blue and the sea glass, but it looks like more colors because when you blend them together, it makes its own colors. Like I said, when I blend, I go very slow because I enjoy the process of blending and I want it to come out good. So I take my time. So I wipe off my brush when I feel like it's getting muddy. Michelle, that's beautiful. So talented. Thank you. Colors are pretty, aren't they? Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. How are you? I went to high school and everything else with Michelle, like elementary and all those places many years ago. So this is blending the two colors. So the deeper color is, the darker color is the deeper ocean. I'm going to leave it like this, except you see these brush marks? I don't know if you can see those brush marks. That's not cool. So I'm going to, I don't know if you can see these brush marks. So the way to get rid of those, if you're blending, is to do very, very lightly. Barely hold this brush. Barely hold it. Gonna wet it from afar. Just give it a little gentle spritz and barely hold this paintbrush. Because when you press down with the brush, of course, it's going to make some lines. So I barely touch the brush to the paint. And that's going to help you get rid of some of these brush strokes. I often want to keep brush strokes, but not ones like that. Those were not good, not the kind of brush strokes I want to keep. So I'm getting rid of those. A blend, you usually don't want to see brush strokes in a blend. I'm just going very, very lightly. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this and see if this is the better colors than before. Not colors, but the larger, I needed more boho blue at the top. So we're going to dry it. How is this thing sounding? Is it really loud? I hope it's not. And then after we do this, we're going to do some more of the white caps. So we fixed her tail. We gave her some rocks to sit on. And we darkened up the ocean and put more layers in the ocean. And then now we're going to do the white caps. So in case you missed it, it's pretty quiet. Nope. Yay. So in case you missed it, I have the new transfers. I have the IOD came out with new transfers for Christmas. So I have well, this one's not really for Christmas, but I have the new Painterly Floral. And this is the one for Christmas. This is Woodland Christmas. And it has a lot of the Christmas greenery, and it has like that. What is he, a moose? An elk? I don't know. So I have, those just came in tonight. I'm really excited about them. So they're on my website. I only have 5 of each because we were giving limits so that everyone got a chance to get some. And they are in IOD's new format, which is not the roll anymore. So they're much easier to work with. And they're very beautiful. They're actual paintings of fellow retailers that they turned into transfers. All right, so this is a little better. Now we're gonna dip into our tarnished pearl. So my website is shabalot.com. I'll put a link. I should have put a link. There should be a link somewhere on my Facebook page, but all right, that's enough of that. I'm gonna do the wig cap now. Okay, so we'll take the spatula. Might be a little warm. Let's see. No, not bad. So I did some white caps top here, so let's do some more. Now this paint was sitting out, and it might have gotten a little thick on me, but I'm okay with that because I like to have some texture. Just a little. Now I'm going to I'm still going to go in a straight line, but I'm going to maybe alternate a little bit. So I just kind of do, well, I didn't like that one. Just kind of scrape the paint. Maybe it's because it's thick, because it dried a little bit. See that? Do you see that? Oh, or I don't know. Did I not? Am I too? Whoop. Well, it's very easy. You just do that. Now I'm angling my body, and I have to make it so I gotta straighten my body so that my lines are straight. I don't want it all the way across. I don't want them all the way across, meaning I don't want them too close. I'm putting way too much paint. I don't know why I'm doing that. So I'm gonna grab some of this paint. Okay, so there's some white caps. I don't like this. I'm going to take that off. I wish I could, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paint that right off. So, I'm going to take a smaller brush. And I am going to put some boho blue underneath those white caps. Because when you look at the ocean, I study the ocean because I love the ocean and I'm on the ocean a lot. I'm very fortunate that I live in Rhode Island and I have the ocean near me. So when they go up and there's a white cap, it's a little darker. That groove inside of the wave is a little darker than the rest of the water. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of boho blue underneath, just kind of outline these, or underline these, not outline them. I'm underlining these. I need the cap. So I'm just took the cap off of my FIFO bottles. So it's kind of this is definitely a project that's taken me a bit. I work on it, almost every night for a couple of hours. I'm in the process of making an edited video for the DIY A Go-Go Network YouTube channel, and that's is keeping me quite busy. So we're just gonna put a little bit of this boho blue out, underline these kneecaps. And that's gonna all blend in as it dries. Denise, you still here? I call them my winter projects. Mary Ellen, Jan, from my view, it looks very three-dimensional. Really? Woohoo! I love that, Mary Ellen. I missed you. You haven't been around. I am very glad you are here. You are one of my favorite, or not, I shouldn't say favorite, but my best person who was on every day when I did my 30 days. You were there every day. That was awesome. I can't do that anymore. I tried doing it again, but I find it's much better to rotate a few days here and there as opposed to try to do it every day. It gives me more time to prepare for better projects. I do have a new Facebook group. I have a private, this is my Facebook business page that we are on today. I started a private Facebook group, um, free private Facebook group. It's called Shab Rehab because it rhymes. Shab and Rehab rhyme. Autumn Pearl. I gotta go. Workout starts in a few minutes. Can't wait to see your DIY video. Thank you, Autumn. God, I need to work out. You're so good. I gotta get back into the swing of things. So my group is called Shab Rehab, and it's for creatives or whether you have a creative business or not. It's just to keep connected with fellow artists in a visual way, as I will bring a lot of people on live a lot to talk. So it's not just through chatting with your fingers. I'm bringing people on, so we're talking face to face. I am having large meetings with like up to 10 creatives talking about particular subjects. So it's a small group right now because I just opened it up. But I do think that I hope it will grow, and I hope it will fulfill my dream of what I want it to be. So that is called Shab Rehab. Rehab meaning to keep you going. Keep you going. Okay, so that's the boho blue. That's the white caps, guys. So we fixed, oh no, I gotta make more white caps. Oh no, see now that one, I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna correct that a little bit. Let's just correct that a little bit. Okay, I think that's it. I really feel the need. Now this is what happens to me. And this is when you should stop me, I think, because I'm starting to feel the need to scrape those white caps. Tell me not to, because the white caps are not supposed to be scraped. Do they look like white caps? They're making me crazy. They're too something bottom I don't like. So I'm going to scrape them and see what that does. Okay, here we go. Because what do we say if I don't like it? What do? We paint over it. You have to go with your gut, guys. You got to go with your gut. Your gut is telling you something, and you have to go with it. Everybody is a different kind of painter. Everyone is a different kind of painter. I am so not a realistic painter. I don't think I could be. I don't think I have that talent. But I like things a little messy and a little off. So I think that what I like about that is that people should expect that from my work. It almost looks like a reflection. Can you see what happened when I scraped them? It almost looks like a reflection, and I like it better. I couldn't handle those straight lines. So this is not a palette knife. This is an egg turner from my kitchen that I have bonded with, and I use it all the time. Mary Ellen, nice work. Thank you. It looks perfect as it is. Did it look perfect scraped or unscraped? See, I like it like this. So now I'm actually gonna go up a little bit with this, just a little bit. And that reminds me, I want to go over to the boat here because the ship should not have this light blue water. We gotta figure out what to do with that. So there's some white caps. And I'll be working on this some more. This is by no means anywhere near done, these white caps and this ocean, but I'll be working on that a lot more. So I'm going to take a very little brush. Now scraped. All right, Mary Ellen. So I'm going to take the little brush, and I want to figure out what I'm going to do here on the boat. Now, the thing with the boat is, I mean, the boat looks pretty gooey, doesn't it? I don't know if gooey's the word. It's not a straight boat. And I know boats are supposed to be straight, or they probably won't float. But the way I did the boat is, I don't know, I want to say gooey. So it's just, and I like it. I like it like that. I don't know why. Dreamy. Maybe I should say it's a little bit more fanciful, a little bit dreamy. So but it can't have this light color. So I'm gonna dip this little paintbrush in, and I want it to look, because when you're in the water, I probably should have done this before I blended it with the sea glass, but the water is gonna splash up on the boat as it moves through the water. So we're not going to make a straight line. Bring it down a little bit. So lots of layers. And if I leave a little teeny bit of that light blue on top, it could almost be like, I keep saying end caps, not end caps, it's white caps. Could almost be, I'm going to leave a little bit and see how it looks with a little bit of this light blue in there. Okay, so we'll just stop for now. So I just had some touch-ups to do that I thought I'd share with you. I this top part up here is white. Is white. It's tarnished pearl. I don't know why it's tarnished pearl. It shouldn't be white. So I'm going to have to blend some lighter blues. I'm going to have to bring the boho blue, not the same as this because this is water and now this is sky. So I'm going to have to blend up some colors up to the sky, and I will leave some clouds. I'll layer it so that some of this tarnished pearl, or I'll scrape it so that it'll come out and it will be like clouds in the sky. So actually I think that's it for tonight. We're almost an hour. Whoop. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining. I keep pressing buttons and oh no, now you're gone. Okay, where are you? Here you are. Okay, so I just wanted to say thank you for joining tonight as I work on my mermaid treasure trunk. And don't forget shabalot.com for the new transfers. Woo! And for all the DIY paints, paintbrushes, and there's a couple surprises on there too. Some silly things that I sell that aren't even related to paint. So yeah, I appreciate you being here. And I don't know when I'll be live again, but maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Mary Ellen. Distance. I think you are too hard on yourself. It's at a distance. Right, I think. Because when you're painting and you're staring at the work really close, it looks, you're not supposed to appreciate art that close. So from a distance, yeah, maybe it'll look better. Mary Ellen, I need to know, did you ever finish painting that couch? You mean Frankenstein? The couch I named Frankenstein because he was green? No, I didn't go back to that. Randy put the cushions back on the chairs and then he covered them with blankets. So the fabric is very important. The color of not the color, there's two things when you're painting fabric, when you're painting a couch, the upholstery is the color. So you want to paint it a lighter color, a darker color than it currently is, because that will ensure the better coverage. And you also want to use the kind of upholstery that's not too nappy and like a smoother upholstery. And I did both of those things wrong. I used a lighter color and I used a more nappy type upholstery. So those were the reasons why they didn't come out right. And I could try another one to prove that theory, because I like debunking, or is that what it's called? Like to prove that theory. I'd like to accomplish that goal someday. I really would. LOL. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Okay, guys, so I'm going to head out, and please say hello if you're on. So let me know that you were here. I would really appreciate that. And hopefully I will see you soon. Okay, bye, guys. Take care.